Okay, so this is part 2 of the equinox and sort of Mars, Venus combined, the shade, the glorious restful shade, as we're in the shadow of Venus going into her retrograde and still in the shadow of Mars coming out of his. Okay? And there's something about a balance of action and contemplation. This is our ancestral line of contemplation and care. Okay, reminds me of the library at Alexandria. Anyway, and all this feminine knowledge. I mean, this is my grandmother's scarf that is holding, for us in this reading, giving the place for the energy of the ancestors. And I talked in the previous video about the labor and care throughout history that is feminized in the present and in the past, generally speaking, in our culture, or my culture, my society. That to remember that, and to honor that. Okay, and to honor the gentleness with which the masculine energy may proceed, and how grateful and thankful we are to this energy of motion and initiation and fortitude, stamina. Okay, and then the work here. This is for Mars in Aquarius, and this is for Libra, for Venus in Libra. And so the gentleness, the softness with which we may work, and the enjoyment and the satisfaction we may take from that work. Just in that work, not even taking it from that work. The actual act is a joy, as the act of caring for a child is a joy, even when it takes all your stamina or more than you ever thought you actually had. Okay, so I'm going to look at one card for Mars straight up, one card for Venus straight up. Okay. And again, so much of what I'm talking about lately is, just there's a deep redefinition, and we need new language. New language is always coming. Language is alive. If a language isn't alive, then sure, you can study it and know for sure everything about it. But when a language is alive, it's changing. There's committees who decide which new words are going in the dictionary, and there are people who make up new words to describe their experience or their observations. Okay, I like that this Mars, this Six of Swords, moving this baby and mother across, and mirroring this Six of Wands here with the Mars in Aquarius energy, and then look at the water here with just the Mars energy. Okay. So it is the moving forward into this new time. Okay. And then for the Venus, we have the Ten of Cups. Okay. So this work is the work of love. This work is the work that gives us the containers and the spaces in our lives to make actual room for joy. So we're not just spending all the time fretting and worrying, and stressed, which we really do a lot of in this culture. All right. And I'm going to pull a card now for Venus in Scorpio and Venus and Mars in Capricorn. Okay. And I do see these. This is the solitary work too. Oh no, it's not. This is the solitary work. Sorry, I misspoke. This is the work that, allows us these places of formation of shared joy. Okay. On a societal level as well as on, an interpersonal level, more intimate. Okay. This is the motion that allows us to move into new times. And here, this is this is the success in doing that, and it's gentle. It's not brash. It's not showy. It's proud. It may be proud, and why shouldn't it be? There's nothing wrong with pride. As we move into the fullness, the capaciousness of each and every definition, and the depth, the depth. Okay, here for Mars in Capricorn, we have the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands. It's a grounding. This is an airy, it almost takes form as an idea, and then it's grounded. It's grounded, okay? And then I'm going to do, let's see, I'll use another deck for Venus in Scorpio, which to me is the Fool, and it came upside down, so to me it's a gentleness. Like there's really nothing scary about taking this foolish leap. You are held. I remember last year when there was that big eclipse across the US. I sat out in it with one of my kids on the beach, and later that day, all day, I felt like so held in the love of the planets and the universe, just so held. There's really nothing to fear. And I don't mean that, I don't mean that flippantly at all. We've all been through a lot. But there isn't anything to fear. And I'm going to see if I can show the cards more closely before I wrap up. Oh, my goodness. We are moving gently, thoughtfully, toward our shared joy.